as a founder, as a CEO, how do you know it's the right time to start a venture? How do you know it's the right time to start a new business? How do you know it's time to start anything? Quite literally, anything. I've been asked that question a lot recently. Well, I'm going to give some clarity on this right now. Here's how you know. If the thought makes you want to puke, it's time to start. If the thought makes you excited, it's time to start. If the thought makes you fearful, it's time to start. If you can't let go of the idea in your head, it's time to start. If you wake up and it's your first thought, it's time to start. If it's your last thought right before you're going to sleep, it's time to start. If you wake up in the middle of the night thinking about it, it's definitely time to start. If it's a never-ending, nagging voice in the back of your head, it's time to start. If you get insanely angry at yourself for not starting it, it's time to start. If you know you can do better, it's time to start. If you feel like you're meant for something greater, it's time to start. If the market is up, it's time to start. If the market is down, it's time to start. If there's inflation, time to start. If there's deflation, time to start. If there's stagflation, haven't heard that for a while, it's time to start. If there's a recession, it's time to start. If there's a depression, it's time to start. If there's a boom, it's time to start. If you're happy, you've got a great life, it's time to start. If you're sad, lonely, depressed, and your life is in the crapper, it's time to start. If you don't have enough money, it's time to start. If you don't have enough time, it's time to start. If you don't have the right equipment, time to start. If you don't have the right people in general, it's time to start. If you don't have the resources, whatever those are, it's time to start. If you don't have, listen to this one, the balls to start, it's time to start, well, because they appear magically when you start. You get it? You see, there's no good time. There's no right time. There's no perfect time. Sometimes may be better than others, but it's all subjective. So good luck figuring out the timing. And chances are you're not going to figure it out anyway. Timing is not everything. Good timing is not a precursor to creation and starting. It's quite the opposite. It's the act of starting that makes the timing good. Let me say that again. It's the act of starting that makes the timing good. Starting results in good timing. Starting brings good timing. Starting creates good timing. So, how do you know it's the right time to start a venture, a new business, or quite literally anything? If your heart is beating, it's time to start.